Good afternoon to everyone. We're very happy to welcome you to one more of our webinars, undertaken under the umbrella of the Narsi Monji Educational Trust. The Jamnabai Narsi Education Series was designed to cater to our parent community during this period of lockdown. With the kind of messages that have been pouring in, we realize the reach has been a lot more than intended. We are very happy to share with you that we have already taken our attendees through a variety of topics ranging from investment, finance, spirituality, yoga, nutrition, and many more. We have many more things lined up as we go ahead as well. So do keep looking out for those details. So while the effort has been to nurture your mind, body, and soul, we all know very well that laughter is the best medicine. There is no better therapy than laughter. And what we have lined up for you for this afternoon promises to offer you a healthy dose of just that. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce our moderator for the day, Adrija Misra, our student, our former student, alumna, as many of you have already picked up on that new word recently on our webinar. Adrija is a classical dancer. Some of you have seen her perform live on the Jamnabai Narsi stage, including as recently as for our 50th year celebratory program. An aspiring data scientist, Adrija is well-read, well-spoken, and a very confident young lady. Without any further ado, Adrija, over to you so that you can introduce our guest speaker and what he's going to take us through.
Thank you so much, Miss, for your kind words. That's really sweet, and I'm very grateful to you for giving me this opportunity. So today we have Mr. Manish Paul with us, and although he needs no introduction for most of us, nevertheless, Mr. Manish Paul moved from Delhi to Mumbai in 2005 to start his career in the film and television industry. And he first started his career as a video jockey and a radio show host before moving on to acting, comedy, and hosting. And today, he is one of India's most loved hosts. So we thank you, sir, for joining us today and for taking time out of your schedule for us.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much for having me over.
Okay, so let's just get right into it. So before we begin, I'd just like to say that I think we'd love for this webinar to be really interactive. So we have the audience here, all the attendees, they can drop in their questions maybe, and we can make this really interactive. I can read the questions to you. There's
Absolutely.
a box right here. Okay, so over the past couple of weeks, the country has been in a state of lockdown. Everyone is in their homes. And it's been challenging for everyone. But I think especially for a person like you, an actor, you probably have a really packed schedule. You do a lot of shooting. You probably travel a lot. So how has this impacted you, and how do you keep yourself positive, keep yourself going during this time?
See, honestly, yes, it has been difficult because being an actor, I have long working hours, which I love. I'm a workaholic. I travel a lot. But because of the lockdown, I have not been traveling. I've just been at home. I've been really following the rules. Yes, I do miss my set. I do miss going out. So that way, yes, definitely. And I love traveling. That is one thing I definitely miss the most because, I do a lot of shows across the world. And this is after a long time. I think after many years, in fact, I must say that I've been home for so long. But it's not been that bad. I'm keeping myself entertained, and I'm also keeping my family entertained. So we are honestly having a decent time also.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about your journey now, your journey from Delhi to Mumbai. I'm sure it hasn't been easy. I mean, the industry isn't an easy place to break through in with so much nepotism and stuff. So how did you kind of deal with that? How did you keep up with the changing times?
See, I keep telling everybody, it's never easy. And honestly, who wanted it easy? If I wanted it easy, I would have been in Delhi. with my family, doing anything which my family was okay with. But thankfully, God has been really kind. My family has been really, really supportive. I remember that one day I just told my father, he's a chartered accountant. Nobody in my family is from this line. And one day I just told my father, I said, Papa, I want to go to Mumbai. So he said, to do what? I said, I want to be a hero. So he said, okay, do you think you can be? I said, यहाँ पे इतनी हीरोपंती करता हूँ थोड़ी वहां कर लेता हूँ जाके. So thankfully they were supportive. They said, okay, fine, if you think you can do it, you want to take a chance, please go ahead. But we can't do anything for you. We don't know anybody there. I said, don't worry. I think I want to give it a try. And that's how, in 2005, I decided that I just want to be in Mumbai. The struggles have been there, but I don't call them struggles. I call them my learning period, because struggle bolte badi bechargi wali feeling aati hai. So I don't want to feel that way. I don't want sympathy from anybody by calling it struggle. I want my learning period should be an inspiration to everybody. Everybody should learn and get inspired rather than getting bogged down ki nahi yaar badi mehnat hai. So mehnat hai, but it has been fantastic. Yeah. The journey has been really, really good.
Okay. Um, so as an actor, I'm sure you've had a lot of really memorable times in the industry with a lot of different people. So
Yeah.
why don't you tell us about some times that you will never forget in the
See, honestly, anybody who comes to Mumbai, there's one man who has inspired them to come to Mumbai, and that is the one right there. If you can see, that's Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, and that is my room, by the way. So I was very clear when we were getting our interiors done. I said I want to have Mr. Amitabh Bachchan's photograph or poster or something in my room, because this man really inspires me. And I remember I used to be in Delhi. I'm a Malvinagar boy from Delhi. Uh, I remember my mother used to tell me we would be watching Filmfare Award nights in Delhi, and generally Filmfare Award nights aate the uh, 31st December. So that night we would wait कि New Year hoga, Filmfare hai, and Mr. Bachchan would be there, and she would look at Mr. Bachchan and she would say, one day you'll get to work with him. तू इनके साथ जरूर काम करेगा. So I would laugh. I said, Mama, please, yaar, we're sitting in Malvinagar. We are eating popcorns and मूंगफली and all, and you're telling me वहां जाएंगे. How? But thankfully, माँ की बातें waste नहीं होती, and that day did come. I came to Mumbai. I met him, and one day I hosted KBC with him. Uh, so that was a big day for me. So that day I called mom, dad. I said, why don't you come? So they said, okay. So that was a big thing for me when Mr. Bachchan called me by my name. So I was like, wow, he knows my name. So that was a big day for me.
Okay, and what about in your personal life? So we know that Amitabh Bachchan inspires you. And in your personal life, who is the one person who really inspires you a lot?
I think I can't name one. My mom and dad, they've really inspired me. My father, I call him a big inspiration for me because I've learned my humor from him. I've got my humor from him. Um, Never give up. That kind of an attitude. Both my parents, my mom and my dad, both always, said ki kuch nahi hota. We'll fight it. So that fighting instinct I have got from my parents, and I'm very, very happy. I'm blessed. I thank the Almighty that, the set of parents I have. I'm very happy because if I was not inspired by them, if I didn't have this grit, if I didn't get this passion from them, I don't think I would have been where I am today.
Okay. So there's a lot of students here with us today. And
Okay.
I'm sure we'd all like to know what kind of student you were in school.
Okay, so that's one thing I really didn't want to talk about ever, but I don't mind. So honestly, I was decent in studies. I was not a scholar. Um, the kind of mindset I always had, but honestly, that mindset set has helped me. I remember that, I never wanted to get 100% marks. I was very clear. My mom would tell me that, whatever you learn, to word wahi likh ke aata hai. So I would be very clear in my head that I want a 60 or a 65, maximum 70 is 100% for me. So mom would say, "Tu baki paper kyun nahi karke aata?" I would actually leave the paper at times. I would say, "I've attended the 70% paper. I'll get a 65. I'm okay. I'm done." So mama would say that, "Why did you leave the 30%? You would have attended that also." I said, "Mom, I don't want to do this." She says, "Why?" I said, I want to be an actor. So she says, still, this will help in your acting also, na? I said, हाँ, मुझे लगता है जितनी help है उतना I'm happy. Otherwise, I would honestly give a lot of time to my co-curricular activities, my dramatics, my singing. So I don't want to tell people that don't study if you want to be an actor. Just that I had my area clear. I would make sure that my school or my college, if I would be going for any competition, I would make sure that we would get the first prize.
Okay. So, coming back to the Bollywood industry, so the WHO has said that this lockdown, this coronavirus impact is going to impact us in the long term. We're going to have to change our behavior in the long term.
Yeah.
How do you think it's going to affect the film and television industry in India?
See, definitely it's going to affect. If I talk about my industry, otherwise also the entire world, I think it's going to be a new world for all of us. Uh, from the way we greet each other, I think after this, for a long time, a lot of people will be like whether to shake hands or no. So a lot of people will be scared about that. Yes, as an industry, definitely it's going to be difficult because we have in our shootings we have 100, 200, 300 people together. So that kind of a thing. Let's say I host award nights. For some time, definitely not. We can't have big gatherings. So all those things, I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm on behalf of my industry. I just want to say this, that we as an industry, we are following all the rules. No shoots are happening outdoors. I am shooting for something, but inside my house. So a lot of people, so we made a short film also with Mr. Bachchan, Ranveer, everybody. They made the film at home. So everything is happening at home. So yes, we're going to take time to get used to this.
Okay, so we have a live question here.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, you mentioned you sing. Can you please sing for us?
I would love to hear. I love singing. I never even tell everybody कि मेरा गला खराब है तो है मैं तो ऐसा ही गाता हूँ. So I enjoy myself. So I'll definitely hum a few lines. So this song is one of my favorite songs. It's from my film Mickey Virus. It's called To Se Naina. So I'll sing a few lines. तो से नैना जब से मिले, तो से नैना जब से मिले, बन गए सिलसिले, तो से नैना जब से मिले. Thank you.
That was lovely. Okay, so we know that you're a fitness enthusiast, and you
Yeah.
post a lot of things on your social media about how you always try to keep fit. So again, in this period of lockdown, how have you been managing to do that? Because I know people have been struggling to keep up with their fitness regimes. There's a lot of people who want to start because they have the time right now, but they aren't able to. So what advice would you give them?
See, another thing I keep telling everybody, fitness is not just going to the gym. The fitness doesn't start there. The fitness starts here. So I remember when I came from Delhi, I used to be a chubby boy, typical Punjabi munda, Dilli ka, parathe, ghee. So when I decided that I want to be in the entertainment industry and I had signed my first film, that is the time everything changed for me. So it's all a mindset. If I talk about this lockdown, a lot of people have been thinking, "Arey yaar, ab to gym hi band ho gaye, workout kaise karenge?" So I have shifted my gym to my house. I'm very much in my house. I'm working out every day. I'm climbing stairs. तो मैं अपनी बिल्डिंग में सीढ़ियाँ चढ़ता उतरता हूँ. So it's all about that. So it's you have to find time for yourself every day. You have to take out some time for your body. That's very, very important, is what I feel.
Okay, so we have a couple of more live questions here.
Sure.
So one of them says, um, you mentioned Amitabh Bachchan, and
Yeah.
really like to hear like you saying one of his really famous dialogues, your favorite one maybe.
My favorite is I used to watch a film called Agnipath. I would come back from school every day. I would play that film. Agnipath and Diwar. So that poster you see is from Diwar. So Agnipath mein tha. He sits like this only, all the time. Hey, Ujay, Dinana, Johan, hey. बाप का नाम दीनानाथ चौहान, माँ सुहासिनी, गांव मांडवा, उम्र 36 वर्ष 9 महीने और ये 16वां घंटा चालू है, मालूम आए?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay, a couple of other ones.
Mhm.
Um, okay, this is a nice one. Why? So they want you to tell them something which is quintessentially like a Delhi thing, and something that people from Mumbai aren't very familiar with.
I came to Mumbai, so this is really interesting because I'm a Delhi boy, but yes, not a lot of people know I was born in Mumbai. So my mother's from Mumbai. So I was born in Mumbai, but I was few days or weeks old when I was shifted back to Delhi. So when I came to Mumbai, a lot of people said, "Huh, Delhi guy, show off karega." So I was like, "Hey, show off karega." So then I got to know, in Delhi we have a habit. मोबाइल फोन आगे रखते हैं, गाड़ी की चाबी पहले बाहर आती है, तू जानता नहीं मेरा बाप कौन है, भाई की बैकिंग बहुत है. So so these kind of things. But I love this attitude also about Delhi. uh, I somewhere I feel बड़े innocent होते हैं यार, वो अपने में खुश रहते हैं हम लोग. हमारी एक अपनी दुनिया होती है, and we feel we rule that world. So I feel that's good also. But being street smart, yes, that has come from Delhi, and that has really helped me because when I shifted to Mumbai, I had nobody. I was completely alone. So my parents would get worried at times, "Ki, yaar, how you managing?" I said, "Don't worry, Delhi se hu, I'll handle it." So so that is one thing which works in our entire Delhi group. So anything happens, oh, tu chinta mat kar, tu Delhi se hai, tu sambhal lega. So, that kind of thing. So yeah, so that used to happen.
Okay. Okay, so we have an attendee here, and he says, I run an adventure company, and a lot of times we're stuck in very risky situations, like in landslides and stuff, particularly in Ladakh. And have you ever faced any situation at work where you are stuck but still had to deliver?
Yeah, a lot of times. In fact, I remember I was shooting for a film of mine, and I fell down from 12 feet. So I was standing में मेरे में बहुत बड़ा हीरो जाग गया था, पता नहीं क्या हुआ था मुझे. So I didn't use the body double. So the action master said, "Manish, don't do it." I said, "नहीं sir." फिर दिल्ली जाग गया, "Sir, दिल्ली से हूँ sir, I'll do it." So I remember I jumped when I broke my shoulder. So that I remember, and I didn't get to know that I've broken my shoulder. So that was amazing. So I was getting a lot of pain. I said, "Arey, it's okay, I'll handle." I was icing and everything. And I remember when I got to know I've broken my shoulder, I said, "My God, now what?" They said, "You'll have to undergo a surgery." But I was shooting for a dance reality show. So this is where the challenge began. So that was the first day of the shoot. I had a broken shoulder. They said, "Manish, you can't shoot. It's okay." I said, "No, no. I have a commitment. I will shoot." I shot that day for 16 hours with a broken shoulder. Nobody got to know. So I had major pain, but I handled. I finished my shoot at 12 in the night. 5 a.m. I got admitted to the hospital. I got my surgery done. And after 3 days, I was back on the set with a sling in my hand. So a lot of people said, "ये sling क्यों पहना है?" मैंने कहा, "भाई surgery हुई है." So that kind of a thing. So it's okay. I feel again, getting stuck or getting out, it's all here. You have to think about it. Everybody gets stuck somewhere or the other. I keep telling everybody one thing. I keep telling my kids also the same thing, that everything has a solution. Look for it.
Okay. So going back to the previous question about typical Delhi things, and someone's asking, what is a typical Mumbai thing which has stayed with you and will always stay with you?
Yeah, Mumbai, I think, honestly, when they say na, they're very bindas. They are. They are really, really chilled out. I've seen people not getting bothered here. I remember when we were in Delhi, when I just shifted to Mumbai, and my mom would call up, "I've heard बहुत ज़्यादा बारिश हो रही है. People are stuck." I said, "कुछ नहीं. This city never sleeps. We keep moving on. पानी होता है, नहीं होता है. There is food. वड़ा पाव खा लेंगे. Everybody's so relaxed here. And I love the working attitude of the people here. They just work. They don't give reasons. They would क्या कहते हैं ना, जुगाड़ नहीं निकाल लेते हैं, सीधा काम करते हैं. So they are focused on their work, and I am a big workaholic, and that's why this city, I just love and worship this city because the kind of things I've learned here, they have been brilliant. I came here with nothing. Nobody knew me, and this city has really taught me and really given me a lot of chance. So I really feel happy.
Okay, and finally, the big question: which city do you like more, Mumbai or Delhi?
I think I love India. I can't pick up one city. This is my country, man. I love the entire country. I can't say I'm a Delhi wala or a Mumbai wala. I'm an Indian, and I think we all should think like that. The entire India is ours, yeah. It's not Delhi, Mumbai, or Kolkata. The best part is that we are the citizens of this country, and we can roam around freely wherever we want after the lockdown. Not right now. Be in your home. So I honestly never call myself Delhi wala or Bombay wala. I call myself an Indian. And I would really want everybody to stick to this. We are one country. Don't divide it by saying मैं दिल्ली वाला हूँ और मैं यूपी वाला हूँ और मैं बिहार से हूँ. We all are one, yeah. So I just took up everything.
Okay. So there's a lot of questions here about, they're basically asking about
Mhm.
how they should get started, maybe on comedy, on humor, and especially during the times of the lockdown, how do they, infuse humor in their daily lives? How do they stay happy that way?
I just feel that humor is something which comes from within. It's not, you can't learn humor. I haven't learned humor. It is inbuilt now. But I still feel that, I always believe in life that you should look at the brighter side rather than saying, Arey yaar, ye nahi hua. Rather than saying that, think about kya hua, what has happened, what has worked for you. If you start looking at that, so I keep telling everybody. So there were a lot of jokes on husbands and wife fighting and this and that. So somebody gave me a brilliant idea. They said, yeah, you know what we all should do? Every day, write a good thing about your partner. What you like the most about your partner in the lockdown. It can be your wife, it can be your parents, it can be your kids, anybody. So I feel if we do that, the moment the lockdown opens up, you see what a brilliant time you had. Rather than thinking about यार बड़ी लंबी lines थी, there was ये था, हम अंदर बैठे थे, we couldn't go out. Forget about that. What is that one best thing you did in your day? Think about that. So if your mind starts working like that, you will all be happy. Rather than saying अरे यार, अरे मोदी जी आए, उन्होंने अब 3rd May तक कर दिया यार. So I just want to say, Modi ji का कोई personal interest नहीं है. He's doing it for all of us, and we are sitting in our house for all of us. If we do that, so just look at the positive side always.
Absolutely, yes. Um, okay, so someone asks, is there anything you do differently if you had a chance? I'm sure you've had a lot of ups and downs in your careers. And
Yeah.
is there any regret? Is there something you'd want to do differently?
No, honestly, I don't regret anything I've done, whether it's the project I've picked up, or whether it's the kind of difficulties I have during my audition days. I don't want to change anything. I I loved every day. It was. I remember that I would when I came to Mumbai, I would fail a lot of auditions, but I never felt bogged down. I never felt कि क्या यार, my selection is not happening. I would come back laughing, and people would say, "Why are you laughing? You've been rejected." I said, "Wow, brilliant, yeah." They were having a bad day. They rejected me. So so I would take it positively. As it's okay. They haven't recognized me. It's fine. They will one day. I never felt कि अरे यार मुझे आता नहीं. I said, "नहीं, I know it. They are taking time. It's okay." So so I would take it the other way. So it's all about that. Be positive in life, rather than saying, "Arey, yaar, this didn't happen, that didn't." I remember I went for an audition, and there was this girl who came out and said, so we were all sitting in a big queue, and there were thousands of, boys sitting, and she said, "Okay, you're selected, you're rejected, you're rejected." So she looked at me and said, "And you rejected." So I told her, I said, "Ma'am, you don't even know my name. You haven't given me any dialogue to say. How can you reject me?" She said, "No, you're rejected." I said, so I started laughing. I said, "Brilliant. Okay, I'm going. Just for my knowledge. Why was I rejected?" She said, "No, we are looking for a Khandani looking face." So I was like, okay. So my face is not Khandani looking. So I started laughing. I remember I got out and I called my father up. I said, "Papa, you didn't tell me we are not Khandani." So he started, he said, "Hey?" I said, "No, I've been rejected in an audition. It's your fault, man." So he started laughing. So it's all about just having fun. Because the moment you start having fun, life says, "नहीं यार, ये बंदा cool है. कोई नहीं, इसके हाथ ये मजे कर रहा है, इसको मजा ही करना." So I always feel
Right. Okay. Okay. So someone asks, do you get
that.
worried while asking questions to Bollywood superstars while hosting a show? Do you ever
Uh,
get around big person?
no, honestly, no. To everybody, I just want to say this. There's something different which happens to me on stage. So when I'm not on stage, I'm backstage. I'm like this small little baby who's scared, who has butterflies in his stomach, who has no idea what he's gonna say on stage, and people are worried. They look at me, ki Manish, kar lega na? I said, don't worry, something will happen. And I don't know. The moment I go on stage, there's this another guy who takes over, and that man is really really good at his craft. And I always feel that this man who takes over, the imposer, is great. He just takes over and he saves my life. I feel that because I when I come back from stage, I don't know what I did. I never remember what I said. I don't remember my jokes. Something happens. Thankfully, Touchwood, God has been really kind. The audience has been really kind. I've never said anything wrong, and I just pray to God that it should stay like that always. A lot of big stars, they the moment they see me, they're like, "Wow, okay, Manish is there, fine, he'll handle it. Don't worry." So so all those things have worked for me, and I really hope it just goes on like that.
Okay. So someone asks, what is your dream role?
My dream role. I think if you ask me about my dream role, it has to be yes, this one. Diwar film, Mr. Bachchan's role. I think, wow, man, what a role that was. What powerful character, Aaj khush to baat ho ki tum. Ah, I love this. So I think if I get that, because I do a lot of comedy, I do a lot of fun. Um, but when I have to prepare for a role is when I get excited. That is when the actor in me really feels challenged, and I love that. I did a short film of mine. It's called The Black Briefcase. It's streaming right now online. So I remember I did that. So that is a 16-minute film. We shot it in 3 days, and I don't have a single dialogue in that. So it's a one character film. That's me, and there are no lines. So if you see that, there's a complete transformation of what I did. So thankfully, I told my director, I said, okay, sir, I have to prepare for this. I'll be quiet, so don't talk to me. He says, okay, I'll just give you my directions. I said, yeah. So when I have to prepare for something, I just love it.
Okay. I'm sure for a lot of people, you are their dream role. For a lot of aspiring actors.
So sweet.
Okay. So a lot of people ask if, during your entire career, say you've been like, a comedy scene has been happening, something's been happening, and it falls flat. How do you take that rejection? How do you move on from that and stuff?
I start laughing myself. Honestly, that happens at times. So you're cracking a joke until that time the audience is not warmed up yet. So वो भी थोड़े conscious से बैठे होते हैं whether to laugh or no. At times it happens. So I start laughing on my jokes. I crack a joke and say, "Arey, that was really great. I'm so good, man. It was hilarious." So I start doing something or the other. So everybody starts getting relaxed. Okay, fine, we can laugh. So it does happen, but fine. I cover it up.
Okay. Okay. So someone asks, what is your take on mental and emotional health during this lockdown period?
I do feel scared about people. I have a lot of friends who are not staying with their families, who are staying alone. Me and my wife, we make sure we call them up every day. We try and talk to them. And I keep telling everybody, that this will pass. It's okay. It's a phase we are going through. So it is difficult, but I just feel that, just keep reading a lot of books, keep watching a lot of movies, be in touch with your friends. Now to social media is there, you can watch a lot of things, so keep yourself engaged.
Okay. Okay, so a couple of people ask, how do you keep your kids entertained during the lockdown?
Yeah, it is a task, but yeah, I'm keeping them really busy, thankfully. So we a lot of parents, they are facing a difficult time because it is a task to keep your kids busy. And in these days when you have a lot of internet, so most of the parents, what they do, chalo ipad de diya, phone de diya, they're watching movies. So we are not doing that. Not that they're not watching movies, they are watching movies, but we play a lot of ludo. So we have a ludo championship in our house. We are playing a lot of chess, we are playing Scrabble, we are playing hopscotch. So I have a soft target gun. So we are playing that. So I'm trying to do everything with the kids, which is a new thing for them. Because kids get really bored very fast. They say, "Arey yaar, kal bhi yahi kiya tha, aaj." So so we did a picnic that day in our balcony. हम लोग tent बना लेते हैं. So the kids are looking forward. Wow, we're going in the tent. Camping. So all those things. So something or the other we are doing. And apart from that, my wife really likes to read, and thankfully the habit has rubbed off to me also. I've started reading. I hated reading, but I'm reading now. So she likes to read a lot of books to my kids, and they really enjoy that. So and jo achhi wali padhai hoti hai, she does that. And when they feel like laughing, they say, "Papa, why don't you read for us?" So when I read, I don't know why, they just keep laughing. So because I animate a lot. I make faces, I make voices, so they love that. So it's just that we're doing a lot of stuff, honestly. So we are so far so good. The kids are sorted.
Okay. What would your profession had been if you weren't a host and an actor?
I have no idea, man. So a lot of people say that you should always have a plan B. I never had a plan B. Now I get worried at times. I came here with plan A, and I used to think that if your plan A is strong, you don't need a plan B. So channelize all your energies in plan A. So I did that. I just worked towards it. I said, no, I have to do this. That's it. So I don't know, because my father is a chartered accountant. So he in fact used to take me to his office, that thoda sa office ka mahal banega. He might get serious about life. So I remember I used to sleep in his office. So it happened for a week. And after a week, he said, okay, you don't feel good here. What do you want to do? I said, I told you I want to go to Mumbai. He says, okay, fine. Then if you want to go, then let's plan that. So that's what. So I don't know. But agar, hypothetically, if you think, then I would have loved to be a cricketer. I love playing cricket. I love playing cricket. So, I think I would have loved to do that.
Okay. Who is the one comedian, or well, two, you can give one from Bollywood and one internationally, who you take inspiration from a lot?
I think the guy with a great sense of humor has been Jim Carrey. For me, I think people think he's a comedian. I feel he's an actor, because it is really difficult to do comedy. And I think if you watch his films, there's a film called Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. If you see that film, you'll get to know, no, he's not just a comedian, he's a great actor. So I feel doing comedy is really difficult. It's a serious business. So I feel Jim Carrey is definitely great. Apart from that, if you ask about Bollywood, I think comedian, I wouldn't really say just comedian. I think comic timing, Bachchan Saab had great comic timing. If you see his old films, oof, what comic timing. And apart from that, if you say, I love Johnny Lever Saab, I think he is brilliant. मतलब वो स्क्रीन पे आते हैं ना, तो लगता है बस सबको धमाका होने वाला है. So I love it.
Okay, so we actually have a question here from our very own principal.
Oh wow! Hello, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
And she asks, how do you feel when you see your daughter performing on the school stage?
I feel great. I think firstly, not to say because I'm on this page, but I think the school is doing a great job. Ma'am, we love your school. We feel happy that our kids are in your school and they are being taken care so well. They're learning so much. I love the way the school pampers the kids, make them learn so much. So I feel happy to see her on stage. And uh, again, I've seen one thing about your school is that you give a chance to all the students. Now that is brilliant. So nobody feels left out. कि मुझे तो chance ही नहीं मिला. So every student gets a chance. And right now also, I just want to take this platform. I really want to say the way teachers are working hard for the homeschooling. I think it's brilliant, ma'am. The way we are getting the lessons. Teachers are actually sitting down, recording and sending it. Ma'am, thanks to all the teachers. Big salute. It is not easy, ma'am, because being an actor, I know it's difficult to be in front of the camera. For the teachers to suddenly take this new role and so fast, hats off.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt the moderator and speaker here, but
yes,
wanted to acknowledge the appreciation on behalf of everybody at Jamnabai Narsi and on behalf of the teaching fraternity at large.
So sweet.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You suddenly made us feel like heroes.
No, ma'am, you people are the heroes. I'm telling you, not just to say because I'm on this page. I've been telling my wife also. I said it is really difficult what the teachers are doing. You know, taking care of the house also, the kids also, and teaching. Brilliant, brilliant.
Thank you once again. Back to you, Adrija.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
let's see. There's one which says, when and where did you decide to become an actor?
You know, so in my school, as I said, I always wanted to get into this field. I always focused on this. You know, I was sure that, you know, this is something which really um, interests me. This thing brings the best out of me. So I remember I used to do that. And my teachers, they really helped me. You know, they never said nahi tune padhna hi hai, you have to study only. They would make sure that, you know, I was studying also, but they would always give me that wit that, okay, fine, you want to do the dramatics, do that, you know. So it makes a lot of difference. And I would like to mention my principal, ma'am, Mrs. Meenu Goswami. She I call her my second mother. And you know, because she's really helped me. I remember that I used to be a little notorious also in school, not harming anybody, but I would do my own masti. And she always encouraged me. She said no problem, but she really guided me well. She always, you know, said, okay, fine, if you want to do this, if you want to be an actor, make sure, Manish, be the best in it. And she's really helped me in everything. So big thanks to the teachers.
Okay, so a lot, I think all of us, including me, are just ready to laugh now. So we just want to hear your favorite act, your favorite jokes, something or the other, just anything.
You know, I now again, so this is very good. I'm very good, very bad at saying jokes. Can you imagine? People don't believe it, but I can't recite jokes. You know, I can't say. So I need audience. I need people. I do that. But you know, I generally I'll do a few imitations if you want. You know, people like that. So you know, I've done shows with everybody. So I remember how these people are. So suddenly, if I transform into Shah Rukh Khan and I'll say, hey, Adrijan. Hey, so nice to see you, man. लॉकडाउन में हो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है तुमसे अरे अरे यार उत्तरी अरे लॉकडाउन बढ़ गया यार अरे थर्ड में तक हो गया थर्ड में तक आइला पापा इन्होंने लॉकडाउन बढ़ा दिया है पर लॉकडाउन में हम सबको घर में रहना है बिकॉज अगर हम घर से बाहर गए और मुझे कोई भी घर से बाहर दिखा तो मैं सबके हैंड तो काट दूंगा बेटे सबको बोलो घर पे रहे क्योंकि मौसी जी ने भी कहा है बसंती तभी आएगी जब तुम लोग घर पे रहोगे
Brilliant, absolutely great.
Thank you, यार.
So good, so good. Um,
Thank you.
okay, so we don't have a lot of time left, but just last couple of questions.
Yeah, sure.
Which is the one film that is a must watch for everyone?
I think there are too many films. I would suggest that yes, people are on a lockdown. They are sitting home. They are watching movies. You should watch a film called The Godfather if you haven't seen it. I feel that's a must watch. You must watch the Rocky series. Come on, man. Rocky Balboa. Gotta watch it. There's a very nice film called The Cinderella Man. Watch that film. That's so brilliant. You know, that's on Great Depression. When the Great Depression happened, how this guy fights that. I think that's a brilliant film to see right now. It's so inspiring. You know, so these are a few films I feel. And if you want to, I saw one more film yesterday. That's called Onwards. Please watch it. It's an animation. It is so lovely. Again, you learn a lot from that film. You know, so I love emotional films. There, I like films which gives out a message. You know, so yeah, I would recommend these films.
Okay. And who is your favorite heroine in Bollywood?
Oh, oh my God. See, there are two heroines I really like. One is Madhuri Dixit ji. Oh, yeah, what a star she is. You know, she is not only gorgeous. She's not just that. It's not just that she has a beautiful smile. She's much more than that. What a beautiful soul Madhuri ma'am is. You know, see, she's such a down to earth star. It's so important to learn that from her that itne bade stature pe pahunch ke bhi you need to be humble. So I love Madhuri Dixit and I like Katrina Kaif. I really like her. She knows it. So
Okay. Did you ever, when you were young, did you ever have stage fear, and how did you get over it?
no, yeah, I never had stage fear. I remember that. In fact, my mother. So my mother has a big role in making sure that I'm an actor because she always encouraged me a lot. And I remember that any birthday party we would go to, I had to sing songs for everybody. I had to dance for everybody. I would be going to market with mummy. We would be walking, and suddenly somebody would meet us, and she would say, "Oh, आजकल ये बहुत अच्छा गाना गाता है, गाना गा दे." And I would stand in the middle of the market and sing songs for everybody. So I never had that fear. So I was quite cool that way.
Okay. Um, Great. Is there any last advice that you would like to give to stay positive during the
Yeah,
lockdown?
I keep telling everybody, it's all here. Channelize this. We all are in a lockdown, but it's for our betterment. It's for our fitter future, a healthier future. So it's for all of us. It's for your family. It's for our families. It's for the entire country, the world. So I think just think about that rather than thinking, अरे यार movie नहीं देखी cinema hall में या बहुत दिन हो गए किसी restaurant में खाना नहीं खाया. That all will stay if we stay. So I think the most important part right now is stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care of yourselves and be positive here.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much for this.
All right.
Back to you, Mr. Mani.
Thank you.
So we've been able to see, Mr. Manish Paul, how it is that you have not only just found your way to our screens, but also into our hearts.
Thank you, ma'am.
What an endearing personality, so full of warmth, such wit, and the ability to, for yourself, see humor in every situation and offer that as your best advice to everyone who's listening to you. That's really a very healthy attitude in arming people with the right reaction required right now in the current situation. I mean, the one point that stayed with me the most was how you handled rejection at that audition. If you can laugh at yourself, if you can laugh at your own failures, there's
Yeah,
nothing in life that can pull you down.
that's
So,
very important, ma'am. I feel, yeah.
yes, thank you so much. You have been absolutely wonderful in the zestful manner with which, right from the first phone call we made to you, you were all gung-ho about being on board for this webinar. Your
Always there for you, ma'am.
positivity and enthusiasm shines through. And even though you don't see your audience live here today, I'm sure I can speak very confidently on behalf of all of them that the positivity has rubbed off on them as well. So
Thank
thank
you
you
so
once
much,
again. I know you're busy creating content. I know you're busy handling
ma'am.
things at home, but you've taken out this time and shared your lovely approach towards life with us. We
No,
appreciate
no,
that.
ma'am. I'm always there. I'm always there, and especially for all the teachers, not only the teachers back in my school, but all the teachers across the world, because I feel whatever we become after parents, our teachers have the biggest role and contribution and the biggest respect, always.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's words like that that are very gratifying to hear, and in a way,
Thank you.
a validation of the vocation, not profession, that we have chosen for ourselves.
No, thank you so much.
Thank you to my dear Adrija for moderating so well. And before anyone, I must thank Mr. Sujay Jairaj for facilitating these webinars. The variety of subjects, the plethora of speakers, and the amazing platform created at a time when we seem to be limited with so many restrictions is surely commendable. Thank you so much for all of it. Thank you to our attendees for your constant enthusiastic participation in these. We have something interesting lined up for Friday as well. Celebrity nutritionist Suman Agarwal is going to guide you through better mental and physical health for your kids in particular. So do look out for those details. Do join us for more of these webinars. Bye for now. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you.